Sara was a fiber artist. She made mascots and costumes, engineering things in fiber and beading and knitting. When I met Sara, we found ourselves immediately in the loving relationship we'd always hoped and dreamed of. She was well-read, very smart, very intuitive, and we talked about how exciting and tumultuous and unexpected it was to find love. Her happy place was the studio, and I can't tell you how much beautiful work came out of that studio. When she delivered her costumes or products, people were in awe. It was perhaps the highest reward. On January 7th, 2011, we found out that she had a tumor. The diagnosis was stage 3C ovarian cancer. The next day, we got married in a private ceremony, actually right in this room. Shortly after we got married, it was the first MOCA walk, and she thought, well, I'm not going to do this like in a t-shirt and jeans. That would be crazy. So she had this She-Ra costume that she thought would be a perfect thing to do the MOCA walk in, and so she transformed it into the MOCA color, teal, and she made capes with the She-Ra stencil, and then a beautiful She-Ra banner. And we recruited sisters and family and friends and did the walk carrying the banner. She led and had the headdress and the headpiece, and it was a lovely walk. The diagnosis kind of led to a transformation that resulted in Sara contemplating, okay, how do I use my superpowers? How do I channel this creative energy?
Ovarian cancer, signs and symptoms.
The Skyway solicitor, like most superheroes,
I'm She-Ra, Princess of Power,
is trying to save a life.
It was hard not to notice Sara Langworthy walking anywhere in the She-Ra costume. She would engage people with her large dark brown eyes and warm, affable nature, distributing literature in skyways, visiting private offices.
I'm raising awareness of ovarian cancer, signs and symptoms. Share this with someone you love who has ovaries.
It took a life on of its own. She and her friends did a crop art picture of Sara as She-Ra at one of the MOCA walks and entered that crop art into the state fair, where it won a 5th premium in the novice division. And so she arrived in full She-Ra costume, and she strode from like the Hippodrome to the Creative Arts Building, like all the way through the state fair as She-Ra. Young men sought her out and wanted selfies with her because they recognized her. Sara was an introvert, but with the costume, she was just giddy. It made her so happy to use her skills and abilities for the advocacy for women's education and awareness around ovarian cancer. It takes a certain raw courage to live your life in the face of this diagnosis and the treatments that have a cost. And I found her to be admirable and courageous in every way to live as she did. Sara died on December 4th, 2016, at home on our back porch after 6 months in hospice and with the greatest care one could possibly imagine.
The next time you're hustling about and someone hands you something, you may want to listen.
As much as cancer can take things away from the body, it never really reduced her spirit. She was still able to create beautiful things every day and also just be the lovely woman she was. MOCA gave Sara the opportunity to use her gifts to support women's health, support women's empowerment. And it did require her to leave the studio and jump up on stage. Thank goodness for a great costume.